Alright, so I don't typically do videos where I talk in them, but I wanted to do one based on a little bit of background on myself. And I wanted to talk about my first experience with Pokemon because it is one that I will never forget, and I will remember it for the rest of my life. To say the least. So, where to start? I remember for my birthday, I got my Game Boy Color, which was the atomic purple one, right? And I was so happy about it. And I got Pokemon Red along with it and Trainer Card Game. And I played Trainer Card Game a little bit, and then I was glued to my red version. I was glued to it. I got my Bulbasaur from Professor Oak, and I didn't care about badges. I didn't care about nothing. I just battled. This is all I did, just battled wild Pokemon at level 5. Let's see here. I don't think I can go there because I literally just started this file because I just got my shiny Totodile. But over here, on the way to the E4, where you go into the Pokemart in that town and get Oak's parcel, I didn't know that. Okay? Like, I was small. I was tiny when I got my Game Boy Color and my Pokemon Red, right? I mean, I was born in 91, so you can kind of guesstimate. When I got my Bulbasaur and I was battling Pokemon over here, I loved it. You know, I eventually got an Ivysaur, and then eventually into a Venusaur. And it was so much fun. Just doing this and just battling with my Venusaur. I couldn't catch Pokemon because I didn't have my Pokedex yet, because I didn't grab Oak's parcel and bring it back to him, right? So I literally just had my starter and I just battled. That's all I did. And I remember we were living in an apartment complex, and I think there was 5 floors, and I remember this pond in the middle. And me and a buddy that I went to school with, and he lived 2 floors under us, we played Pokemon all the time. And we would walk around that pond after school, and we would just have our Game Boys in our hands, and we'd be playing. So a long time goes by, and like I said, I have my Venusaur. I remember he was almost level 60. I don't know the exact number, but I remember telling my friend that I want to hit 60, because it was the weekend and I spent the night at his house, and then he was going to spend the night at my house Sunday. So I go over there, and we're playing video games for like hours, right? His mom made mac and cheese. I was sitting in his beanbag chair in his room. He was sitting on his bed playing his PS1. And his dad walks in. He's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" You know. I tell him, I'm like, "Oh, just playing my Pokemon Red, raising my Venusaur." He's like, "Oh, cool." And he looks at his son, and they had like a little conversation that whatever. I just remember I wasn't a part of that part. And he instantly looks at me, and he's like, "So, what are you doing?" And I was like I said, I was just raising my Venusaur, right? He's like, "Why are you in that patch of grass?" Because the patch of grass, there's low-level Pokemon, right? And I had a very strong Venusaur in the 50s. I was like, I can't go anywhere else. I can't, this old guy keeps blocking the way, and I can't go in this building because it's the Elite Four. So this is the highest level Pokemon that I found, so I'm just battling him here. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, here. And I showed him. He takes my game and he goes into the Pokemart. This is when I first find out you have to go in there to get Oak's parcel. I was like, oh, cool. Like, thanks, man. That's sweet. And then he's telling me, I was like, okay, now I'll just go back to Professor Oak and I can go past him. I was so stoked that I could finally get past that guy. He shuts my game off. I lost it. I went into panic mode. We've been playing for hours and I don't remember the last time I saved. This is what I'm telling this man. And I'm small, remember? So I'm looking up at him. I'm like, I don't remember when I saved, man. Why'd you just do that? He tells me I can't go through the game with that high of a level Pokemon. And I needed to start over. I'm like, I look at my friend and I look at his TV and I remember he was playing Monster Hunter. And I look back at his dad and he asked me, he's like, what was your character's name? Your trainer? I was like, Ash, in the anime. And I look back at my friend and before I know it, my character is named Ash and I am saved in my bedroom and he hands it back to me. And he says, after you get your Bulbasaur, go to the Pokemart and then go back to Professor Oak. I lost it. Now remember, it was the 90s, so you did not talk a certain way to adults. And I couldn't help it. I looked at my buddy and I was like, in tears, I am leaving. Because I had shut my game off to hope that it would still be on my file with my Venusaur. Because I know I saved with a Venusaur on my file, you know. And when I turned it back on, and I was in my bedroom still, I broke down. I cried. And I told my buddy that I was leaving, and I'm going home. And I marched up those stairs. And to this day, I don't remember that friend's name. I don't remember what he looks like. I don't remember what his dad looks like. None of it. That was the most traumatizing thing in my life at that time. I mean, it still is one of the, it's up there. I mean, I'm 34 right now, so. But, yeah, that's my story on Pokemon Red version and my Bulbasaur.